What's up everyone, welcome back to a new video on the Alien Algo channel. Today we'll be going over the market again per usual. I will go over it quite quickly today because I don't think there's that much to talk about. The first day usually is just not that great to trade because it's usually setting up for a trap, which I think currently it is setting a trap at the upside where everyone will be longing this shit and they will get burned. But we'll wait and see. So the S&P looks really great, to be honest. On a higher time frame here, move towards the upside, clean compression. If we manage to break past these high, it looks really well. The Nasdaq lagging a bit behind. Some tech stocks had a bit bad, like quarterly earnings and revenue numbers. So this is likely what dropped this down a bit. The Dow Jones looks to be better. So industrial stocks look to be stronger today. Let's get into BTC, which I stated that we really want to see this box getting held and that range low to be held. And what did we get? We get a sweep and a quick reclaim of that range low, right? If we go into that 1 minute right here, it's super clean. Sweep, a reclaim, higher low being formed, and we stand up. My initial target was at 0.5. I later took a new trade when we really cleared that 0.5, which I already exited for 80%. So, and why did I exit it here? We had these range extension levels, right? So when we extend from a range, you should be taking a bit of profit, even if you're a breakout. Well, if you're a breakout trader, you would like your targets to be higher, but I position myself at those extremes, so I have the pleasure of TPing at the end of the range already. So looking at this right now, I think this is a trap, guys. I really think this is a trap. Usually Thursday is a range, or is a range to set up a trap for Friday. And I think we are currently trapping people for Friday, where everyone, and including their mothers, will see this as a range breakout, right? I don't think we will. Well, it technically is a range breakout, but I think we will reverse back at first. Where right around here is also a naked point of continuation, and there are some big buyers waiting there. So I wanted to point that out real quick that while this looks really great, the move I think already happened, and I think that this will be that trap to play towards the downside. But I don't really like shorting strength, so I would rather wait this out and then catch the low again when the low is given. So what level could that low be at is the next question then. So that could be this range high, but I don't think that is likely. So a thing we should be looking for, in my opinion, is some bullish pattern or at least aggressive buying around this range high. And the same, of course, goes for ETH that we have been trading inside of here. We didn't have a sweep of that range low, right? Which we did have in BTC. So ETH seems to be that stronger pair where we are still trading into and on a higher time frame level. I want to make this video a bit quicker, by the way, today. So this is why I will be going through it a little bit faster than regular. So if it goes a little bit too fast for you, just watch it either on slow-mo or just play it back, the parts that you didn't hear properly. So we have that range high right here, which I stated we really would like to keep trading above this because then we can keep extending into these levels, right? So now we are lucky that we have an interim range, which we can also play in the meantime between these 2 points right here. So I would fully respect the range, right? And if you are not fully comfortable with scalping, don't trade this, please. Just wait till it breaks and then play the breakout. Don't play these ranges because they might chop you up, which they are quite literally being formed for, to trap people and make people lose their minds and make people lose their money, and then the move is given and now you don't have money to enter the trade while the move is going on, right? This is how these markets work. So we should know that we are trading logically into resistance, and we can't be bullish at resistance unless it breaks. So we should know this candle is that resistance, right? So we want to see it getting flipped above this. And if we don't, we are logically finding acceptance below it. Then we should be looking at this range high. If this also doesn't hold, we will be retracing down further, in my opinion. Which I do think we will actually, looking at the lower time frame flows. But when we look at BTC, same logic. I would like to see it getting retraded back into that range high. And if that holds, okay, we're bullish. But if that doesn't hold, I think we get back to those range lows. And then that question is, will we get an impulse from that range low, or will we get a little bit of a rollover where we get back into these high volume nodes? Where are the high volume nodes? They should be quite easily visible on the screen right here. So you see how I've pointed these out, that if we find acceptance below this, we should be looking at either of these levels. But as long as we're trading above this, we really don't need to be looking at them. So yeah, two scenarios, this, or we don't see any strength here and we trade into this, right? Where we then retrace back from. So couple points to watch for today, guys. So I really wanted to point that out real quick. Yeah, when we look at ETH, there's only one thing really that changed in terms of yesterday. I decided to map out this part as a volume profile, where we currently have this as your value area high, which also has been respected previously. And I think that if we manage to find acceptance above this, we should fly. And I literally mean that. Because what does ETH like to do, guys? We should know this by now, right? It compresses, it moves, it doesn't give any deep like pullbacks the moment it starts gaining real momentum, right? Oh fuck, that was not supposed to happen. Yeah, so we see that almost every time that ETH gets its momentum, it just runs. Right here, it gets its momentum, it runs. Here again, it gets its momentum. Here, we had a short compression, and then it runs again. Here, yet again, you see how we just barely have any pullbacks. Here again, we have barely any pullbacks. Here again, here again. This is just the way how ETH seems to be engineered. It just likes to leave people on the sidelines a lot, which here again, it did the same. And I expect a similar move to this actually, where we go from here straight to here without any logical pullback. So if we get something like this, remember that's a massive move and alts will move crazily based upon that. So yeah, I'm really bullish on both assets right now, but I'm still more bullish on ETH. And on a lower time frame, we should really expect some sort of pullback. The only question is till where it will pull back. So keep those levels in mind that I've pointed out. I think this could be held, that range high could be hold. It just depends a bit on where the buyers will step in. So keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. If this starts to roll over, right, it doesn't reclaim aggressively, expect those high volume lots to be traded back. And now I will go over the last two charts for today before I switch to Market Monkey. Here we have that eBTC chart, which I want to see being inverted to BTCD, which it currently is doing quite nicely. But I think that we would want to be seeing is this to confirm a lower high, right? So where this currently is going up, and then it starts rolling again at a resistance, making some sort of high, and then down from this again. And then this point, of course, will be your trigger to get some nice trades on alts again. Because right now, in this point, BTC is just doing better than alts, guys. Right? But on this entire move, alts have did way better than BTC. So we want to see this getting a lower high right now, and we don't want to see price getting above this. So let me illustrate this. This will be good. This will be good. This also will be good. This will be fucking bad. If we get something like this where we hold above these lows, then I'm really not that bullish on alts anymore, guys. So wanted to point that out real quick. And for ETH BTC, it's obviously the same logic, but then fully inverted. So here we want to see a higher low being formed, whether it will be here right now or here. I don't really care, but I just want to see a higher low being plotted here and a lower high to be plotted here. So wanted to point that out real quick. And now we'll go over to that last part of today's video, which will be the market monkey analysis. So for ETH, we have a lot of sellers sitting right around these highs. So this should logically act as resistance, but if we clear this, like I stated before, that if we manage to push above that previous high, which on the top of my head should be right around here. It's higher. Well, it was 28 something from the top of my head, 28.90. Yeah, there we see it. Yeah, 28.90. So that should be right around here. So here is a crucial resistance that we could get some resistance at. Until then, we only really have these two levels. So if we clear this, we should continue further up. And when we just look at BTC right now, yeah, we have a bit of a buy wall right here, but this is very minimal. So this looks to be a bit of a distributional range on a lower time frame, right, guys? So it really wouldn't be weird that we make a pullback from this area. So keep that in mind. And what do we see here on the higher time frame chart? This note, this is a 5-second chart, right, guys? So this is, yeah, it's a bit different than you guys are used to, I think. So here we have a clear level which we projected at thus far. If we manage to push above this, it's really quite bullish. So for that lower time frame, I will point it out again. What do we have? We have a current range, right? So if we lose that range low, in my opinion, we will flood further down. If we break this range high, we will first continue up. So that that retrace, we have some bits laying right here. So if we go down, there are a couple buyers here. But in my opinion, where the buyers will be the strongest will be around the current value area high or that previous PLC. So I wanted to point this out real quick. But yeah, on a higher time frame, I'm maximum bullish. On a lower time frame, yeah, I'm a bit bearish, to be honest. I just really don't see the value here. You know, it's like the move for today already happened, in my opinion, and I think this is really just setting up a trap for Friday, where we will be chopping around a bit more, perhaps even like around here, and then on Friday we have formed a new range right around here on Thursday, and then on Friday you break above it, and then you trap everyone where they will be longing that break, and they will get fucked right again. So I think that will be a likely scenario. So keep that in mind. Thursday is usually setting up a trap that will be executed on Friday. So Yeah, this is really that crucial point right now. So yeah, I think I've had everything that is like important for today. Where we had these extension levels, we really wouldn't like to see price falling back below this range high, because then we will be trading back into that range, right? So when we map out this lower time frame range, which I will be doing right now, which I've pointed out at markets on Market Monkey there, this should be right around this point. Yeah. So this is like your lower time frame range, which when we look at volume, it clearly tells that value is being built right around here. So we wouldn't like to see that value being lost. Oh, wait, this needs to be more precise. Yeah, want it to be this point. Yep, perfect. And then only these prints. Yep. Yeah, so we can deem this to be that current range. So watch for the triggers right around this when we're talking about a lower time frame trade. When we are talking about a higher time frame trade, it really looks bullish, guys, but we can't be opening massive longs when we've just broken a resistance, right? Because I do think everything that goes up needs to go down eventually. So it will be more logical to break this and get back into lower levels to then get a clear higher low, where from there we will have a lot more confidence to bid, which also bulls will have a better invalidation to push the price higher. So I hope you guys liked the video. I wanted to make it a bit quicker, but also a bit in depth today. So I hope you liked it. And with that having said, keep trading, guys. Alien out.